in this problem, we're going to find the slope using just 2 points, okay? And this is, again, where I was talking about how we could use some calculations to figure it out and not needing the graph or the chart, or the table.
You need the slope, so start with the slope formula.
So this will be a new formula for you guys, and don't let the fact that it's like something you've never seen before make you scared. It's really simple to understand. It's just in a format that you've probably never seen before.
The slope equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1.
Sounds complicated. It's not. We'll get to the point in a second.
Now substitute negative 1, 0 for x sub 1, y sub 1, and 3, negative 2 for x sub 2, y sub 2. Does it matter which point is x sub 1, y sub 1, and which is x sub 2, y sub 2?
This is a really good point. It doesn't matter which points you choose first. It's just a matter when you subtract the differences between the y's that they need to be in the same order. So if I start with my negative 2 as y sub 2 here, I gotta use my x as the number I'm subtracting from over here. So if I'm subtracting from negative 2, I have to subtract from 3. Same difference if I came over here and I was subtracting from 0 to start, I'd have to subtract from negative 1 to start here. The order in which matters. You can't mix and match, or you'll end up with the wrong answer.
No, you can pick either point for x sub 1, y sub 1 in the slope formula. The other point is then x sub 2, y sub 2. Substitute the points into the slope formula.
So we just plug those in, see that we kept the negative 2, made the negative 2 first, and then on the bottom we had the 3 first. Just have to make sure that those pairs stay lined up with each other, like that, on top to bottom.
Simplify to find the answer to place on the grid.
For some reason, they're going to have this be like a fill-in-the-blank question. The grid is nothing that we're probably ever going to use, just so you guys know.
The slope is negative 1/2.
So negative 2 minus 0, right? Negative 2. 3 minus a negative 1 is positive 4. And when we reduce this, we want to make sure we always reduce it to the smallest amount. To the simplest form, it's going to be negative 1/2, right? See how that negative 2 is on top, and then they have the negative here? Just make sure you know that negative 2 can be a negative 2, or it can be negative 2 over positive 4, or it can be a positive 2 over negative 4. That's kind of why they do it like this, because on a graph it doesn't matter. If you go down 1 and over 2, so if I went down 1 and over 2, it's the same as if I went back 1 and up 2. Sorry, if I went back 2 and up 1. That'll become clear when we start graphing some of these. I just want to make sure you guys understand that. That might be the kind of confusing thing where you're like, how come the negative moved from here to here? Okay.
Now grid your response. Negative.
We don't need to grid this response.
Now it's your turn.
All right, let's see if we can try one of these ourselves. Okay. So what is the slope of a line through the point 1, 3 and 4, negative 1? So it'll be a good time for you guys to pause the video, set up your problem. Remember, it's the difference between the y's divided by the difference between the x's. And if you're going to start with this point, so don't forget, this is your x and this is your y, and this is your x and your y. That you have to first find the difference between the y's, and then divide them by the difference between the x's. Okay. And here's a couple of choices as you work through it. So again, pause it. See what you get. Again, it's the difference between the y's divided by the difference between the x's. All right, hopefully you've had a second or a couple minutes to try this out and see what you got. And the correct answer is negative 4 over 3. Let's look at the solution here. So they decided that they have these guys be their x sub 2 and their y sub 2. So they're going to start with these guys with their negative 1 and their positive 4. And then they're going to subtract these from them. So negative 1 minus 3, of course, is negative 4. And 4 minus 1 is 3. And this is exactly what I was just showing you before, that negative 4 over 3 is the same thing as negative of the whole thing. So this is going to be a negative slope, right? It's going to go downhill. It's going to go down 4 over 3, down 4 over 3, down 4 over 3. Okay? All right. That's the end of this video. Until the next one.